Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Nathan and today I'm going to be discussing the Quinn Hughes versus Cale Makar debate and which player deserves the Calder Trophy the most. Now, the Calder Trophy race this year is one of the most divisive and interesting stories in the NHL this season. Between Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes, it's one of the closest races in this entire season of anybody. Although it was pretty close to start the season, right now we might even see some changes. It's been that close and it's been that competitive. So, for me personally, who do I prefer? Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, who do I see as the better player, and which player do I see more deserving of the Calder Trophy this season? Watch till the end for all my opinions and picks, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Now, with this year's Calder race, you obviously have the top two dogs in Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar, and although there's a lot more interesting things about this Calder race with the other guys that I'll likely end up talking about in a different video sometime in the future, today I wanted to focus on the two main frontrunners here today for the Calder Trophy this year between Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. And as I said before, the debate is at an all-time high, and there really is no wrong answer because Quinn Hughes is fantastic and Cale Makar is also amazing. And with how similar the production has been and how well they played, the debate again is as tense and as hard as it's ever been. If you asked me in like November, I would have 110% gone for Cale Makar because he was having the better season. But now Quinn Hughes has been steadily growing and in the last couple of months I think has been the better player. Although Cale Makar has lost some time as well due to injury, Quinn Hughes is also making up some big ground. In the points per game, right now Cale Makar sits at a 0.83, Quinn Hughes just shy of that with a 0.82 points per game, but at the same time both guys have been absolutely amazing and have been key parts of their respective teams. Now let's start with the facts before I get into my actual opinion. Quinn Hughes, we'll start out with, is first in rookie scoring right now, playing 62 games with the Vancouver Canucks, 8 goals, 43 assists for 51 points as it stands. Again, right now is averaging 21 minutes and 44 seconds on ice with the Vancouver Canucks throughout this season. He also is the first rookie D-man to reach 50 points in over 27 years. And although Cale Makar is also super likely to get that too, Cale Makar gets that just behind Quinn Hughes, who gets it first. At the same time though, Cale Makar still has a better points per game just slightly. So far in 54 games in Colorado, has gotten 12 goals, 33 assists in 45 games. Now, specifically when it comes to Cale Makar, a lot of those points came in the first couple of months compared to the last couple of months. And although he's still been good, the points have been a lot slower. Compared to Quinn Hughes, who's been mostly consistent throughout this year, and although he has been getting better, he's just consistently gotten points at a good rate, and especially recently is starting to get a lot of luck on his side. Now, for comparison's sake, Cale Makar with his first 20 games of the season had 22 points, and then after this next 33 games that he's played over the last 3 months, he's gotten 23 points in that time. Not as good, but still very productive. Meanwhile, for Quinn Hughes in his last 42 games, has gotten 36 points and has mostly stayed consistent. And for me, especially with a defenseman that is young, like Quinn Hughes, and a year younger than Cale Makar as well, the consistency is really surprising in that end, but both offensively and defensively, Quinn Hughes has been pretty great, and the offense is what pays the bills. And I don't want it to seem like I'm downplaying Cale Makar because Cale Makar is still a pretty good hockey player, and he also came back from injury too throughout the season. That's why his games played is a lot less than Hughes right now. He got injured back in December and came back very strong, which is great from a guy that young. But at the same time, again, in the whole who is more valuable debate, we have Quinn Hughes, who is 20 years old, different draft year, different draft class, who I think would be a lot more of a loss for his team if he were to go down. Now, obviously, that depends on what team you're on, but to me, Quinn Hughes has been such a valuable part of that Vancouver Canucks defense, and I think he's one of the reasons why they're not just in a playoff spot right now, but could possibly win the division. And that also applies to Cale Makar, but again, in my opinion, to a lesser extent. I think some guys have had some great years on the Avalanche defense, and although Cale Makar is still super valuable, I'm not sure if he's up to the level of Quinn Hughes right now and how he is playing up to this point. Right now, in the past couple of months, I would say since that injury that Cale Makar had, Quinn Hughes has been the better player, and more consistently. Although Cale Makar has some excellent flashes, in some games he's absolutely dominant, sometimes he he can't just be there and look like a 21-year-old. Although he does look like that, you also have Quinn Hughes, who consistently looks like he's in the prime of his career before he's in his prime, which is absolutely scary. Now, something that does not get brought up enough, as it should, is the defense in these both players. And yes, they are still defensemen, by the way, so that does factor in. And I'm glad to say that both players are very strong in their own end. Although they're not going to be defensive superstars anytime in their careers, they obviously are offensively minded defensemen. These are two guys that can hold their own even at 20 and 21 years of age, which for guys that young is still super important. Now, I'm going to give the slight defensive edge to Quinn Hughes, but I'm also going to give the slight offensive edge to him as well. Although the neutral zone is a much different story because Cale Makar is insane in that department of just going up from his own zone and getting into the offensive zone cleanly. Once you're in the offensive zone, I think this is where Quinn Hughes does win, especially on the power play. Quinn Hughes is an absolute madman. Keeping the puck on the blue line, cycling the puck, creating chances, that is what Quinn Hughes does, and he does it almost perfectly. Now, there is obviously some games where Quinn Hughes is not on his game, but I like to watch Vancouver quite a bit this year. They're a pretty exciting and pretty crazy team, and for the most part, Quinn Hughes is usually on his game, poised, focused, and usually very talented. And for a 20-year-old, that is not easy to do whatsoever. When it comes to generating chances and generating offensive chances for their team, and especially for the forwards, there's not many better defensemen in the NHL right now. And some of you guys know, especially when it comes to advanced stats, I love to look at expected goals. And although Quinn Hughes is just a little bit better, that is mostly just generating chances and getting in the offensive zone, everything like that. Quinn Hughes is an absolute master in that department, and that's one of the reasons why right now I do prefer him over Cale Makar. Now, the final debate for me is still ongoing, and again, we have 2 more months to go of this NHL season, and it is not over yet. But right now, as it stands, between Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar, Hughes is just simply playing better than Makar right now, and it's been that way for pretty much the last 2 months, consistently on a daily basis. And although Cale Makar had a great start of the season and is still playing very, very good, I think Quinn Hughes has been more consistent, and especially towards the playoff race, has been better. And that's what you want from a young player like that, to get better as the season goes by. And although Cale Makar has gotten more unlucky as the season has gone by, Quinn Hughes has elevated his play at the right time for the Vancouver Canucks, right at the right time for the playoff race, and right at the right time for the Calder race too. Right now, I think a lot of people are trending towards Quinn Hughes. Again, the debate is pretty much as close as it's ever been, but personally, as it stands right now, Quinn Hughes to me is the better player and is playing like it so far. But in terms of the debate of who is the better rookie, I think that is still ongoing, even though I would prefer Quinn Hughes in that one. But in terms of who is more valuable to their team, I think Quinn Hughes does take the cake. Sometimes that Canucks defense can be absolute dumpster fire, but most of the time Quinn Hughes is almost a poised savior for that whole defense group at age 20 in his first year in the NHL. I don't know how he does it. The last time a Canucks defenseman got 50 points was Christian Ehrhoff back in the 2011 season, where they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. So if that trend continues for Vancouver, it's obviously a good one. Quinn Hughes in his first year has been absolutely dynamic, and I think will be on track to be the best Canucks defenseman ever. I think that will be the case when it's all said and done. Right now, he is the Canucks' best defenseman, one of their best players, and for me personally, right now in the whole Calder race, even though Cale Makar is fantastic, I do slightly prefer Quinn Hughes, and right now, if I had the choice, Quinn Hughes would be my Calder winner. But that'll be it for today's video, boys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Of course, with this video, let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Who you prefer between Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar, and who you would vote for the Calder Trophy. Also, make sure if you're just stopping by or haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell if you haven't already, and of course, share this video with your friends. Get the Calder debate out there too. Canucks fans, Avs fans, or any NHL fans you know. And also watch this video or click on that playlist as well to watch all of my 2020 draft content right in one place. My name is Nathan, and I'll see y'all next video or stream. Goodbye.